This is the Rich Hippie podcast where culture meets cinema. Do we need a Michael Jackson movie? How are you feeling about this Michael Jackson movie?
I honestly feel like we didn't need a Michael Jackson movie.
Really?
I didn't feel like we needed one because he's so prevalent to everybody's life through his music videos and all the interviews he did. And then he grew up in the limelight, right? So he, from the ages of 10 to his death, we know him. You feel me? Like we were with him to where it's like, what don't we know about him?
Yeah. I feel like a movie's able, if done right, I'm excited for it. You know, a movie done right, able to capture, you know, different energy, different POV, even somebody already being a fan, they can see a different perspective. You might get inspired by a scene. And that's what I think of movies, you know, able to capture movie magic. So
yeah.
The scene in the movie right now doesn't have a strict runtime. I heard it's just rumors that the first cut of the movie was 4 hours and they were set to release it in 2 parts. This is what I heard. So they were going to release part 1 in April.
Okay.
And then second part of the movie, the second cut, in the same year. And I was thinking to myself, when's the last time we've seen that before, if that ended up being true?
Yeah.
Can you think any movies that did that? Like,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't know. But as far as, do you feel like we need an MJ biopic though?
I do.
Why?
Michael Jackson is larger than life. I think movies are able to capture, you know, the essence of somebody. And we've had some good documentaries. We've had some good biopics. We've had Ray, Straight Outta Compton. And these people are already, you know, beloved by people. And some people didn't know. Yeah. Obviously, it's a different situation. Right. Everybody knows Michael Jackson. But yeah, I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's wait on the left train. So Antoine Fuqua, how you feel about him directing it?
Antoine Fuqua, I feel like he's gonna be a great director. You know, I feel like I like Antoine Fuqua because I like raw, gritty, you know, environmental perspectives, and I feel like he puts emphasis on things like rain on the street. Like, he puts emphasis on the car you're driving. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, in the Training Day, right? He set up the movie, right? The morning in the cafe, but as they're walking to the car, he's like, you're hearing the horns honking, right? They're jaywalking across the street. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he does a very cinematic like shot of the lowrider, right? Of his Monte Carlo. And he lets you grasp the energy of that car and who drives this car. And then he walks into it and he tells him, you know, this is the office. And it just like, he like wraps the environment. He wraps you in the environment and then he gives you the characters.
Nah, that's on point. Yeah, that Training Day was, you know, influential just for scenes within the movie that feel, you know, cinematic, like you said, drawn environment. So I think it's an A+ list. I'm saying you got the guy wrote Gladiator, which is an incredible story.
Who?
John Logan.
Yeah.
So I wasn't familiar with his work, so I looked into that, saw what he read. You know, his work speaks for itself, but that just lets you know that the family got on board. They wanted the right people to do it the right way.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
And so we have Jafar Jackson, who is the nephew of the real Michael Jackson.
Jermaine's son.
Jermaine Jackson's son. Direct family ties. So I wasn't familiar with Jafar Jackson. I looked at some of his clips. So he's a singer, I guess, right now.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I might have maybe saw some Jafar stuff on maybe some some super fan pages. There's some fan pages that'll tell you what his nieces and nephews eat for breakfast. Like, they know everything about these people. You feel me? I'm not deep into it like that. I maybe saw him one time, but you know, when they did start to letting people know we're doing the MJ biopic and we saw it was him, I thought it was super cool.
I always think it's cool when you can get some family members.
Right.
If it just works like that organically too,
Right.
for it to happen like that, I think it's something special about it. So let's get back to this.
But hold on, let me add this. Let me add this with the Jafar, right?
Go ahead.
I think when you look at Michael's nephews, right? And I think they had 3T, Tito's Sons back in the 90s. They had an R&B group. And I've seen some of his family members. They all have the same essence. They all have that soft voice and the very manicured look.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's almost like
and they're all singers. So for them to pick Jafar, they could really throw a rock in the air on all his nephews, and whoever it lands on, they can play him. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the Bob Marley estate where everybody's singers and stuff. They got the grandsons, the granddaughters singing, and
right.
It's great.
Yep.
So getting back to when opening night comes, whether they drop it all, they change the game, they drop a 4-hour movie night one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's going to be an event. Or how do you feel it's going to be opening night? Are we going to see, people coming with the gloves, families? Like, Michael Jackson is larger than life. Like,
yeah, I think with Michael, like, this is going to be a cultural event.
I agree.
People are going to show up to the movie theaters in Michael Jackson outfits. I'm going to make myself some gloves. I'm going to make some gloves, bro.
Yeah.
Some gloves for myself. I'm going to make some pants. I think I'm going to go Rock With You pants. I'm going to go white glove with the white crystals. I'm going to rock with it like that, bro. So I don't know about y'all, but me, I'm going all out, and I'm not even a super fan, let alone the super fans. And there's a lot of them, so I think it's going to be a cultural event.
Yep.
People are going to be, it's just going to be like, especially for Black people, Michael Jackson means so much to the community beyond just the whole world, because he's one of the heroes, and laid the foundation for musicians like myself and other musicians like a Chris Brown or a Usher,
the Blueprint.
Bro, I mean, you name it, right? To even a Prince, really. People don't really want to give, Michael his just due when it comes to influence in Prince, because he was in the J5. And I heard Prince talk about how he was a big J5 fan. You know what I'm saying?
That's thinking deep. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. And so, he's basically trailblazed this entertainment industry for us and represented us like in the highest level, bro, because there's nobody on his level.
This leads me to say, so you talk about Prince being inspired by MJ. What do you think would it take for this movie to be, we'll do two parts of it. What do you think would take for this movie to be a success for you, and then just as a general audience? What are those two-part question?
A success for me would be the movie. I want to see something very cool and very entertaining. You can miss me with all the drama, all the behind the scenes, off the stage, out the studio, out the music video. I'm not, me personally.
Okay.
I'm not interested in the accusations. I'm not interested in the allegations, the court cases. I don't want to see any of it. I do not care. I want to see Michael Jackson. I want to feel like I'm in the crowd at Wembley in 1988 watching Michael Jackson perform, or I'm in the audience at Soul Train and I'm watching the Jacksons perform. I want to feel magic.
Yeah.
And I think that it'll be a success if they give people magic to feel.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna answer this first. For me, I want to see Michael Jackson in his element, because I got a chance to go to the MJ Broadway, and how that even happened was like some last minute, didn't even know he was doing it. I went in with low expectations. I didn't think nothing of it, And when I got out that theater that night, that made me feel something. I think I called you that night. I was like, man, like, that was electrifying. So to find out that, like, this is back in maybe top of the year, maybe about 6-7 months ago. So to see the trailer post that, it got me excited. Like, if they captured that in that Broadway, And because the way they did the Broadway was done in a perspective I hadn't seen before. They did talk about some of it was from a reporter's POV and then him, that kind of thing. But when they did the songs, when they did the, musical stuff, it just inspired me. I'm like, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
So for me, for the movie, I just want to see something electrifying, something inspiring, maybe some different POVs from, not we're expecting some cool scenes, like you said, just something that makes, lends to his talent and, make sure Mike get his proper due. Cause, people know the music, it's timeless, man. It's very timeless. And not to ramble on, but I just want to see something that's like captures that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the documentary done right. So then for the audience, what do you think they're expecting to see? Like, what would be like
I think you got multiple different perspectives. You got people who look at Michael Jackson, they're haters. They look at Michael Jackson through the tabloids.
Yeah.
Like, some weird guy, quote unquote, who, has all these unorthodox personality traits and does things that he's unusual, and I'm not going to say they're crazy for even thinking that, because Michael is unusual. You dig what I'm saying? They don't make a lot of cats like Michael, right? But when you're such a talented person, it should be expected that they're unorthodox and that they're thinking and living life through a lens that the average everyday person can't understand. Obviously, otherwise, if we could understand, we'd be able to understand his magic. And when you understand magic, it's not magic no more.
Yeah, I heard a quote back in the day. Don't quote me on this, audience, but I think it was Curtis Mayfield in the song said the artist pays the price. So a lot of artists, go through different things, trials and tribulations. We forget they're human too, but the fact that you can go pull up a YouTube video or pull up an old Michael Jackson 5, then to his teenage years with the Jacksons, and then to his own solo career, and just get magic moments, and you can just capture that on film.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't alive for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it speaks through the,
Capture the highlights.
Capture the highlights.
I think there's people who want to see capture those highlights for us. Mm-hmm. There's haters who want to see some drama. You know what I'm saying? They want to see him in unusual ways. They want that exemplified. And then there's people who actually want to see the behind the scenes, what he was dealing with, off the stage, right?
Yeah.
So, some people will say, hey, this movie was a success for me because you captured all his highlights on stage. You made me feel like I was in the crowd. You made me get up and jump out my seat. Some people will be like, I didn't like that. I wanted to see some more personal, intimate MJ moments. So, to each is their own. But I will say this. I think Antoine Fuqua, right, is perfect for this because he knows how to make even those intimate moments feel, powerful. He knows how to make intimate moments feel powerful. Just like, for example, when in Training Day, right, when Denzel Washington is talking to Ethan Hoyt, what's his name? Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah.
And they're in the car and they're talking. He was like, and Ethan's like, I just can't do this shit. And Denzel's watching him. He just like gives him this speech of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? It's like Antoine Fuqua, he knows how to like make those intimate moments feel powerful. So even if it does touch on his intimate side, I think it'll be very inspiring.
Yeah, and that leads me to my next thing. I personally, Michael Jackson's, up here, the music, that's what I choose to focus on. Obviously, I know about allegations and different things that, people can dive into. And sometimes they don't have the real facts, and sometimes people don't want the real facts. They want to just tear people down to their lowest, thing. I still look at Michael Jackson up here, regardless of the movie does good or bad. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so what would it mean if the movie just bombs and it's just like, it's underwhelming?
I'll be honest. From the trailer, I don't think it's going to bomb.
I feel you.
Just from the trailer alone, like
it looking promising. They got the right.
It looks promising.
It looking like it's on point. So
it's not a bomb.
Nah, sure. But I'm saying this is just we just
right. Hypothetically speaking.
If the movie just was on some hypothetically the movie
then it would turn into they did a biopic with what's his name, Flex
See, I just looked that up.
I didn't watch it, of course, because it ridiculous.
I saw a few seconds on a YouTube clip. I didn't actually watch it. I've seen the Jacksons American Dream one.
Yeah.
And I think that was done well. Really, taps on their family life. The Flex Johnson, what's the Flex Johnson?
I don't know.
Okay, Flex Jackson, I think. I think they had one like back in the day. So I didn't watch that either, but I think I seen the first clips and it looked like.
But did it mess with Michael's?
Nah.
Aura?
Nah, definitely.
It didn't. Michael's aura is bulletproof.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the allegations they threw on him. Nobody cares. He's bulletproof. His entertainment value is bulletproof.
Is Michael Jackson the greatest artist of all time?
He's the greatest artist of all time.
Greatest artist of all time. Yeah, I saw a clip.
Easily.
Yeah.
Of all time in human history.
Yeah, article came out the other day.
And Michael Jackson is the greatest artist in human history, point blank. There is nobody that we know of, that we have footage of, that we've seen put on magic, that we've heard rumors about in the Egyptian times and in the Roman times and in the Shakespeare day. No, none of them come close to Michael. Nobody. He is the greatest entertainer we've seen yet. There will be a better one day, but so far, he's the greatest. What do you think?
Nah, I agree. I can't think of an artist that captures. When I think of Michael Jackson, the music alone, it's so timeless. I can put it on right now. And then I go to the, next thing I think about, like being able to entertain young people, adults, then old people too. You can put that on any setting. I think it's unmatched. I can't think of any artist that has that. So this lets me, okay. So what songs personally would you want played during the movie? Because I thought about that. I wrote a few.
Brother, that's a great question. I really want to see off the wall era Michael Jackson live performances.
Okay.
That's what I want to see, that so bad.
Yeah.
I want to see him doing off the wall. I've seen clips of it, right? Where he got the bow tie undone and the with the Jerry curl wasn't Jerry and just, it was like, it was S curling. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was getting into that Thriller era, but it was still raw, and I just like that era, that 79, 80, 78. I want to see them redo.
This is post Jackson. This is when he's getting into it.
This was post Jack. This is off the wall era. So this is
okay.
And of course I would like, but he still did the album right before Thriller, which was kind of like a mixtape for Thriller with the Jacksons called the Triumph album. With Heartbreak Hotel on there and Your Ways and they got every song on there is a cut. Give It Up and all that stuff. Like I want to see that on stage.
What's the album when it's Show Me the Way to Go? That
album is the Show Me the Way to Go. That's the one with the peacock.
Is it?
That's the one with the peacock. That's the peacock era Jacksons.
Okay.
Look it up.
Yeah, let me see.
You want to see that era the most? That Jacksons era?
I'd like to see. I'd like to see them touch on the Jacksons.
Of course, I'd love to see. I want to see heavy. Big Afro MJ.
Yeah.
I want to see a lot of that.
The Way to Go.
Was it the Destiny album? Let's see.
Show You the Way to Go is a song by the Jackson and it appears on the 1977 album Going Places.
Going Places, okay.
I like that.
So you want to see that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that era.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. So right now, talking about him, Michael Jackson being the most influential artist to date, does anybody come close? Is there anybody we're seeing in the last few years that, any genre? Close? Yeah, any genre that's,
To a biopic or are you saying to Michael's greatness?
Just to the greatness level of being somebody who can become timeless for all, just like maybe future cast their catalog.
I think in the conversation we have Beyonce. We have Usher, we have Chris Brown, and we had Prince.
Yeah.
We had those four.
Okay. Now
they have fans that'll say they are better, that they are greater.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'll argue is you can't, the blueprint, Michael is the blueprint. It's like the blueprint didn't have a blueprint. They created it. You can't be better than somebody you're mimicking.
Good point.
So to me, it's kind of like he'll always be the blueprint. You know?
Yeah,
He'll always be the blueprint.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. There's a lot of...
And I love Beyonce, right? And here's the thing that I'll put... that I don't put Beyonce above Mike. And this is just, you know, a conversation, you know, it's not serious, right? I don't put her above him because she doesn't have her own dance moves that are... Michael will tear the stage apart, just Michael. No fireworks, no choreography, just emotion, facial expression, and dance moves, right? Solo. Where
Ooh.
Beyonce uses choreography a lot to where Hollywood Boulevard. On one corner, you got Beyonce, just Beyonce. On the other corner, you got Michael, just Michael. Who's going to have the bigger crowd?
Michael Jackson's always going to draw the biggest crowd, and it's because of the dance and the choreography. It's the songs. Like, the only thing that I would have been cool to see was like a Michael Jackson. Did he play the guitar? Did he play any instruments?
He didn't. I don't think he was if he did, he didn't care to showcase it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he absolutely could work his way around instruments. Yeah. You know, at an intermediate level, maybe advanced. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he was an advanced vocalist.
No, definitely.
He was absolutely an advanced vocalist, an advanced dancer.
Oh yeah, he put that. Yeah, his dance level is maxed out.
99.
90 top maxed out.
Right.
Sliders up.
Right, and he could beatbox, which is lit. He was beatboxing before rap.
Oh yeah, because there's some albums when he's, you know, kind of doing a little,
you can hear him
rap
beatboxing.
Yeah.
And he would create songs off of the beatboxing and humming melodies.
Yeah, that's going back to what we're talking about. That's the kind of stuff I want to see in the movie. Just some
that'd be a lit scene.
Yeah, just some some things that, like, we know the surface level stuff. Show us some things like
facts. That's a great point, bro. I would love to see Michael. He told a story about how he made Billie Jean, and he was talking about how he was a manifestation story, right? And he was talking about how he was like, yeah, so basically I just told myself I wanted to make a great bass driven song, right? And he said, I forgot about it, right? Which is like key manifestation practices, right? Then he's like, one night I go into my car and I'm driving down Ventura Boulevard and it comes to me. You know, and then he said he goes home, he records it or whatever, a little demo of it, and it turns into Billie Jean, right? I want to see in the movie maybe that drive.
That's kind of stuff.
Down Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah. So thinking about the actual movie when it's in theaters, man, and then the choreography thing, talking about how his dance settings was slided out. I think the choreography for this movie is gonna be on point, man. Like of course. Yeah, the scenes and the stuff. People are gonna get them. They're gonna be dancing all night trying to get these scenes right.
From the trailer, Jafar, bro, he looked like he did Michael better than Michael. He did, bro. From what I saw, like, he looked like he just perfected it.
I'm imagining opening weekend, bro. People gonna be dancing in movie theaters. People gonna be dancing in movie theaters.
People are gonna be dancing. People are gonna be jumping out of their chairs, bro. People are gonna be crying, bro. They're gonna feel like this is really Michael.
Like, I know we're not putting extras on this. This is.
No, I know that because I will.
Yeah, this is big. I think this is actually big for the culture at large. This Michael Jackson's really, like, up there. This is something we can get excited about. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. Hollywood, man, I be seeing the rollouts for some of these things. I just don't be getting that excitement no for. I feel like I'm turning old. I'm like, it's okay.
When was the last time you've been excited for a movie before this? When was the last movie you were super excited for? When you saw the trailer and you were just like, I gotta see this. Like, this is gonna be it.
Off the top of the head, just spit. I think Dune. I was excited for Dune. I'm like really? A sci-fi person. Yeah.
Okay.
And before that,
Dune was cool.
Yeah, it was good. Right. You know. It's few and far between. I say that I'm more disappointed than inspired.
I mostly feel like people tell me about movies like, Dre, go watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Dre, go watch X, Y, and Z movie. Whereas the trailers don't even really ever catch me like that these
Once
days.
Upon a Time, for example, great movie once I saw it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch the trailer and be like,
Knew the date the movie was coming out.
and got excited about what it could be.
Right.
It's just like, okay,
Right.
good movie. Wolf of Wall Street, another good movie.
Right.
See a lot of good movies. This might be different though. This is
gonna be a Michael concert.
Yeah, this is gonna be something like we never seen before, and I'm hoping they're able to pull off that part two, because that might
The part two would be
that
crazy.
might be because
get the dangerous era, get the bad era.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna stop right before bad, and then they're gonna do part two is gonna be bad, dangerous, and invincible.
Here's what I'm thinking. The first of all, people dancing, people having a good time watching the movie. It ends on a high where you damn near get out the movie theater saying wow, and also like wins part two.
Right.
And that's a win. I feel like that's and I can see it easily happening.
Facts.
They come back up with it 2 months later, and it's part two.
Yeah.
First time, then we start seeing part twos instead of the same movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that concept of that is no different than what we're seeing with streaming culture and people turning to more. People love shows right now, myself included. Like,
I would like to see in the part two the BET performance with James Brown. Remember that?
Nah,
When he gave James Brown the robe.
I don't even remember.
Oh, bro, it's legendary. I
want to pull it up.
Maybe I'll put it in the video, a little clip of it, just a little quick. You know, bro, it's like a legendary BET Awards moment. You know, back when BET was like BET. You know, when it was like
the culture,
bro.
Yeah,
I would want to see that in part two. Stuff like that.
Yeah,